Hey guys, it's day 6, and have you ever noticed how slowly results come? Results come very, very slowly. But from the outside, when we see someone else get results, we think overnight success. We just think they just made the results happen. They just started earning all that money overnight. They just won the gold medal in that one race. They just became so popular just because who they are just immediately. But it's really not like that. Results come so slowly. Weight gain is never instant, and weight loss is never instant. Although a lot of people would want the weight loss to be instant, it's not. A lot of people want the big paychecks to start coming right away, instantly, but they're not going to come like that. Results come slowly. When you stare at a rose, a beautiful rose, you can actually watch it unfold if you stare at it long enough. But you're never actually going to see any petals move because they move so slowly. And yet you'll stare at it one moment when it's closed, and a few days will go by, you'll still stare at it, and next thing you know it's going to be open. But you never actually saw it move because it moves so slowly. Same thing when you watch the grass grow. You never actually see the grass rise, but yet you see it one day it's like this, and the next day it's up. But it's so slow you don't see it. So what happens is most people, they say, hey, I want to get big biceps. So they start curling and they look at their biceps and they think, yeah, it feels really pumped up, you know. They go back to the gym the next day and they look and they're like, well, it's not that much bigger. But it's maybe a little bit bigger. They get the initial placebo effect. And they keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. And after a few weeks, after a few months, their bicep is not as big as the big guy's bicep. They're not as big as that really big bicep over there. So they get kind of cheesed off. Or with weight loss, it's the biggest thing with weight loss. People start dieting, they want to lose the weight, they lose the initial weight, pound or two here or there, but then after that 5-pound, 10-pound plateau, they just plateau, and the weight doesn't seem to come off. But in actuality, it is coming off. It's coming off so slowly, ever so slowly. So strength, speed, weight, gain or loss, it all happens so slowly. And that's a good thing, because what it does is it allows you to really make sure that what you're doing is what you want to do. And if you want to do it, you'll stick it through. If results came like that, man, it wouldn't be so good, because you could say, you know, I want $1 million, want $1 million, want $1 million, and boom, you get $1 million, and you wouldn't know what to do because it came so suddenly. You didn't have enough time to prepare for it. So the time it takes for a result to come is the time it takes for you to actually prepare. So when it comes, you can actually manage it and you can sustain it. You know, you hear a lot about child celebrities, and they end up going crazy because it happens so soon for them, and they just can't handle the success. So let the results come slowly and be detached from them. Don't be so attached to the results. Instead, focus on the process. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy what you're doing. That's why you're doing it anyway. Just enjoy what you're doing, and the results are going to come. Now, the results you're getting right now, understand this. The results you're getting right now are a result from the decisions you've made in the past, the vision you've been carrying around with you, and what you're actually focusing on, which as a result will lead to you feeling a certain way, and then the actions you take with that feeling. So most people think that the results they get is simply because of the action they took. Not the case. Most people think if you want to become a good swimmer, you just got to go swim. If you want to be a good runner, you just got to go run. They think action, result. Not the case. First, before you go run, before you go swim, you have to decide what you want the result to be. You're going to decide how you're going to run. You're going to decide how you're going to swim. You're going to focus on technique. You're going to focus on speed. You're going to focus on endurance. What are you going to do? You got to decide how well you're going to swim, how well you're going to run, as an example. Once you make that decision, you say, yes, okay, and now I'm going to swim, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. I'm going to run 5 times a week. You create a plan, you make a decision, you're going to do it, you're going to stick to it. That's the first step. You decide. And then, as you're deciding, once you decide, you create a vision for what it's going to look like, what the end result's going to look like, or what that one workout's going to look like. You have a vision for it. And that vision is going to elicit a certain feeling in you. It's going to make you feel like, oh, I'm scared to do that workout, or oh, I'm excited to do that workout, whatever the case. It elicits this feeling. And if you focus on that good feeling, it's going to actually get you out the door and go take action. Because you're inspired to do it, or you're just pumped up to do it, you're motivated to do it. So you got to focus on what makes you feel a certain way and then take action with that good feeling. Because if anyone just says, okay, I'm going to go run, they could be running with the mentality of, oh, running is so hard, I'm probably hurting my knees here. Or swimming, I'm not very good at swimming, and man, I just can't get enough oxygen, I can't breathe properly, I need a swimming coach, blah, blah, blah. They just start thinking about all this crap. They focus on the crap, and they don't get a good result from swimming. The top swimmers, the top runners, the top cyclists, the top business people, they're focused on the good stuff. They're focused on what's really going to motivate them, what's really exciting them. They're not focused on the stock going down. They're not focused on all the people they got to fire. They're focused on the good stuff ahead. They're focused on the good stuff ahead. They're not living in the past. So first you decide, then you create a vision, and then you focus on that vision. It elicits a certain feeling, and then with that good feeling that you get from your vision that came from the decision to do it, you take action. And when you take action with that good feeling, then you get good results. So it all starts with a decision, but it's not about what actions you take, it's about how you take those actions. That is going to determine the results. So it's not what you do, but how you do it. People say that all the time. It's not what you say, but how you say it. I could say, hey, good morning, Joe. Or I could say, hey, good morning, Joe. And the result would be so different in Joe's eye. I could say, man, you're my best friend. I love you so much. Or I could say, yeah, you're my best friend, man, and I love you so much. And the result would be so different in that person's, in my best friend's eyes and ears. So it's not what you do, but how you do it. And how you do it is all about the process. So just focus on the process rather than being so attached to the result. It's easy to sell a result. I can say, hey, I got 6-pack abs, I got big biceps, I got the fastest 400-meter timer on the track, I got a big bank account, $500,000 in the bank. That's a result. That's easy to sell. It's easy to market a result. But don't get caught up in the hype, man. The result. There's a paradox here. We start doing something typically because we want a certain result. We see the top basketball player shooting all these 3-pointers, and we think, man, I want to be like him. Or the slam dunk, I want to be like him. That's the result I'm attracted to. But really, once you get into it, once you make the decision, okay, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try and win that race. I'm going to try and start that business. I'm going to try and get that slam dunk. Once you actually start going for it, you either fall in love with the process or you don't. And if you don't fall in love with the process, the result's not going to happen in the way that you want it to happen. Even if it happens, you'll be empty. It'll be, don't really even want it because the process wasn't even enjoyable. But when you start something and you fall in love with the process, you don't care about the result. You really don't care about the result. Oftentimes, top athletes, when they win the gold, they go right back to training for next year or the next 4 years. When they win a big race, they go right back into training because they just love the process. The best painters, they don't paint so that they can finally have a finished painting to sell and put on display for people to buy or people to look at, people to talk about. They paint because they love to paint. They'd paint if no one bought the painting anyway. That's what you gotta do. Do what you would do even if you were the last person on the planet and no one was around to see what you were doing. And when you do those things, you're going to get amazing results. Because you're not doing a certain thing, you're just doing whatever you want in a certain way. And that way is the way that you love to do it. So, hope that makes sense, and I'm sure it makes sense. Just watch this video again if it doesn't. But next up, day 7 tomorrow, we're going to talk about a really important thing that a lot of people neglect. And when they neglect this very important thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow, they never actually make it to the end. They never actually get the finished product. They never actually get the result that they're looking for. They get some results, but they're not the results they're actually looking for. So if you are currently getting the results that you're looking for, that is amazing because most people are not. If you are, post a comment down below saying what your results are, and then also say what kind of results you want to get. Say what the results that attract you are. So for me, it's winning triathlon. I want to win some triathlons. I love training for triathlon just as much as I love racing. And so I also love making YouTube videos. I love helping people. A result that I really love, a result that I want more of in my life is teaching people things. I want to take someone who doesn't know how to do something and teach them so that they can do it, and then they're off and now they can do it. It's just, to me, it's the most amazing thing in the world. Taking a kid who can't walk, teaching them how to walk, helping them walk, and then letting go and like, oh my god, look, they're walking. Like, hands free, hands free. Just teaching people things. I love teaching people things. So I want more of that in my life. That's a result that the process for me, teaching someone. I do personal training for free. I really would. I do personal fitness training for free. I do some coaching for free. I'd rather not do coaching. I'd rather just do personal training because it's more play, more fun. But I do mentoring for free too. So I don't really advertise that, but I'll do it for free every now and then to a select few people. But you know, you can charge for it. I charge for it too. So the point is, I would do it for free, and that's what you got to find what you're doing, and then you're gonna get the results. So hope this video was cool. If you like it, let me know, and see you tomorrow for day 7. Peace, guys. Have a fun Boxing Day. Hope you had a great Christmas yesterday. Adios.